Hello girlies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex and over here I talk about fitness, self-love, and how you can become a better version of yourself. And today I want to talk about how you might be sabotaging your own fitness goals without even realizing it. So the first thing I want to say is something that you're probably going to hear everywhere. You're not drinking enough water, all right? This is absolutely huge. You need to make sure that you're drinking enough water. If you're not hydrated enough, you're going to be craving a lot more. Like, honestly, a lot of the times where it's like you're not hungry, you're just bored, that's not true all the time. A lot of the time it's you're not hungry, you're really dehydrated. And we don't realize that a lot of the stuff that we eat and drink can actually actively dehydrate us. So if you're eating a lot of salt, you need to drink even more water than you typically would, because otherwise you're going to be in like a water decrease state. Like, you are not going to be hydrated enough. You're going to feel sluggish and you're going to feel bloated, and it's because your cells don't have enough water in them. So the next thing that a lot of people struggle with in their fitness journey is disorganization. If you are disorganized, your fitness journey is not going to go the best way, all right? I know that a lot of people don't really like doing this, but I plan out my meals at least 2 hours before I have them, and if not, I do it the day before, right? That way I'm not in a rush trying to just grab whatever to eat just because I'm hungry. I know exactly what I'm going to eat, I know exactly what's in it, and I know exactly when I'm going to eat it. So I am never running around trying to find something to eat, like just grabbing whatever is on my shelf or stopping at a fast food restaurant. I never have to do that because all of my meals are planned out and they're exactly enough to keep me full for the optimal amount of time before I want to eat again. Right? Like, they have enough macros, it's a lot of protein, a lot of fiber. So I'm keeping myself full until, like, if I'm at work, or if I don't really work, I'm a stay-at-home girlfriend. But if I had a job like I used to, I would bring in food that had a lot of protein and a lot of fiber so that after I was done with my lunch, I wouldn't buy something while I was out at work. I would be full until I got home and was ready to eat dinner, because I don't need to be wasting money on that extra food, and also I don't need to be adding food to my diet that I don't really know what is in it. The next thing is, you're not acknowledging liquid calories, all right? They exist and they do affect your diet. The soda that you drink, the coffee from Dunkin' that has a ton of sugar in it, the juices that you buy from the store, like, all of that stuff has calories in it and sugar and sodium, and that will affect your diet and that will affect your weight and the way your body feels. All right, you might feel like, oh, I'm not eating a lot but I'm still maintaining a lot of weight. How many times are you going to Dunkin'? How many juices are you drinking throughout the day? Do you drink a lot of soda? Because these things do actually have an impact on your diet. And going back to being dehydrated, if you have too many of these things in your diet, those will actively dehydrate you, and the sugar and sodium will make you more bloated. The next thing that almost everybody, even really fit people, sometimes mess up on is you're not eating enough protein, all right? So I know that a lot of people don't really weigh out their food or don't portion it. I personally do, because that is the best way for me to consume my meals. But you should be eating the same amount of protein in grams as you weigh in pounds, all right? So I'm not going to tell you guys my weight because that can be a little bit triggering sometimes, but I make sure that I am eating at least 3/4 of my weight in grams of protein as I weigh in pounds. Because protein is going to help build up your muscles. It's that fuel to make you have those guns, right? Like, that's the fuel for your muscles. And it's also going to help you stay fuller longer. So you're not going to need to have those, like, chips for a snack. You're not going to need to, like, stop somewhere to get a little bite to eat, because you've had enough protein to where your body is still digesting it, because protein takes longer for you to digest than other macros. And also, your body burns calories while you are digesting protein. So protein is the optimal macro for getting fit and for focusing on your lifestyle and diet and getting healthier. So the number one thing that you should be eating is protein. The next thing that a lot of people struggle with is you are not moving your body enough. All right, if you work an office job or you're in college or in high school, If you're in high school, you honestly probably shouldn't really be watching my videos, but I can't stop you. If you are sitting down for long periods of your day, your body is not moving enough, and so therefore you're not burning calories. All right, you don't need to be in the gym and lifting heavy weights and like running all the time in order to burn calories. The optimal way to burn calories is consistent movement. All right, it doesn't have to be something that wears you out, but if you are sitting down all day at your desk job or at school, and then you come home and you're sitting down more, then you're not burning any of the calories that you have been consuming throughout the day. All right, so if you could just like stretch in the morning before you wake up, have a weight that you lift 10 times before you go to bed, make sure you walk around your neighborhood for like 10 minutes, that will increase the amount of calories that you're burning so much if you just add those little things into your day. And it will also help you feel more energetic throughout the day. Like, exercising increases your dopamine. It can also help with your memory and with your cognitive thinking skills. So there are so many reasons to exercise outside of just like, oh, I want to get fit. It actually helps your brain and your body feel genuinely more healthy and better. The last thing I want to talk about is something that I think everyone that is American probably struggles with if they're trying to get fit. You eat out too much. I don't care if it's a healthy restaurant. I don't care if you only got like a side. You're eating out too much, all right? You have no idea what goes on in that kitchen. You have no idea what kind of seasonings they use. You don't know what kind of oil they're cooking it in. You're not back there. You're not portioning it out, all right? Restaurants will typically give you portion sizes that are much larger than what you would typically eat because they want to make it seem like it's worth the price, right? Like they want you to leave the restaurant being like, oh my gosh, that was so good. I have enough food to take home. I can eat this tomorrow. They are banking on you enjoying your experience. So they're going to give the food the most amount of salt, the most amount of sugar to make it taste the best it possibly can. And they're going to give you the largest portion sizes. So you're not like, I paid this much money for this amount of food. Are you kidding me? Like, you are eating out too much, therefore you don't know what is in your food, so you don't know what you're consuming. And so whenever you go to work out afterwards, you have no idea like, oh, am I actually burning any of this? Because you don't know what is in that food. Even if they have the calorie like marked out, that's an estimate. They are not making this food in a controlled environment, right? If you've ever worked back of the house in a restaurant, you know that shit is stressful. People are just like, there are a lot of very professional chefs out there that have their routines down to a science, so I don't want to come off as insensitive or like rude to anyone that actually has their craft down. But I have worked front of the house for a couple of restaurants, and let me tell you, back of the house can be extremely chaotic. They are not like, yes, they are measuring things out, but there are things that are nothing is going to be exactly the same. Nothing is going to be perfect. So it might not measure to the calories listed on the menu. So if you're eating out too much, you really have no idea what you're putting in your body, and that really affects us. All right, my loves, I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that you can get some tips and tricks for this for your own fitness routine and help you be more self-aware. I love you. I'll see you next time.